Okay, so what the hell was that? Jesus God. Alright. Oh, thank God he finally left. Good Lord. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting. Alright then. Let's see what we gotta do. Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. Yes, indeed. Right here in Shelton, Washington, in the Pacific Northwest, down at the base of the Puget Sound, the huge, Washington State is a, moderately large state, and it's divided into two-thirds. There's two-thirds on this side, and then there's a big split. This big, huge, bay comes down and tears the last third almost completely off, and it's split. And that's the peninsula, and that's the sound that comes down. There's the Columbia River between Oregon and Washington, and the sound comes almost all the way through Washington State down to the Columbia River. So it's huge, but I'm at the bottom of that. Just thought I'd mention. But it's raining. It is, as mentioned, been unseasonably cool this summer. Got a little hot, but only a little hot for a little while. It's been cold. I've got blankets and such on my bed, and I still wear a shirt when I go to bed. And as stated, it's raining. It's sunny and raining in that the sun's coming up way over there, and the rain is clouds directly up above. So you've got sunlight streaming in while the rain comes down. Thumbs up for that. Past that, not bad. I went for a short walkies. Oh, goodness gracious. I went and drank some carbonated, caffeinated beverage, and now my tummy is upset with me. I'm sorry. So hopefully I'm done with that. But I took a short walkies last night. Didn't walk to Walmart. Didn't really want to make that walk. I just not been feeling good. I was feeling good physically, and then I got sick, and then I got better, and now I'm kind of right here, where I'm getting dragged down by something, but not so bad that I'm just out, but not so good. I just want to go do everything. So I walked around town, like a 3-mile walkies, maybe? So got to see stuff. My balance has gotten a lot better. I mean, it used to be that I would almost fall all the time because I have neuropathy, which is just nerve damage going down to my extremities. So when I try to lift my feet up, frequently I don't lift my feet up as far as I think I am, and I end up scuffing and scraping my feet as I walk. I haven't done that for a long time. I haven't tripped over anything for quite some time. And that is a very, very good thing. Last time, I almost fell on my face at a pretty quick speed, so I'm glad. I still fall. My arm still hurts a little bit from last December or so. Or was it March or February? Something like that. Where there was ice, and I was walking quickly, came off the sidewalk onto a patch of ice that I couldn't see, and went whoosh, horizontal. Spun like a cat so that I wouldn't come down on my hip, because, hey, I'm still young, but even young people break their hips. I'm not young, but I'm not in my 60s or 70s yet, but I don't want to even risk breaking a hip, so I spun hard in the air, and I came down on my knees and my arm, and so didn't break my hip, but oh boy, I must have torn my rotator cuff or something, because it's been slowly healing and it's almost completely better, but I pull it back like that and owie. So, yay. One day maybe I'll get it checked out. But past that, just been doing things. I've been trying to think about stuff to do and think about stuff to write because, darn it, I need to get my writing. But I also had therapy yesterday, and my therapist thinks that getting back on antidepressants would be a wonderful thing. That mood boost, the stabilizing, so that every 2 weeks I'm not dragged into the mud and then pulled back up. like it or not, no matter how I'm doing up here, when my body just goes, okay, here we go, there's no real choice. And then that energy boost you get from being not depressed, it's not really not depressed, but your body gets an energy boost from not being in that depressed state. It's not much. Maybe 5 or 10% is added to your rechargeable battery capacity. But 5 or 10% could be enough to make a big difference, to get me making those phone calls I need to make, to get me out exercising every night, to get me sitting down and actually able to write, get these story ideas out of my head and into the world. Definitely a good thing. Especially since I had another idea for a different story stuff thing going on now that I just came up with last night. But basically it's still working on the idea of our universe as being eggs in like the egg mother's sac. Egg sac. And our egg, that's our universe, is one of those that has a Faraday cage of our physical laws surrounding it. Every other universe is easy for anything, any parasitic infection to just get into, meddle with, play with, eat. But those few universes, like 1 in 10 trillion, has a Faraday cage that the internal physical laws protect it from outside meddling. Our universe is one of those. But while there are not there are not an infinite number of eggs inside of Egg Mother's egg sac, there are a lot. Because after all, if you had 10 trillion extra universal monsters, and each of those 10 trillion monsters could destroy 10 trillion eggs per femtosecond. And there are more femtoseconds, which is a very tiny sliver of time, in one normal second than there are normal seconds between the time the dinosaurs died off 65 million years ago and today. It's a very small sliver of time. So each of those 10 trillion monsters is destroying 10 trillion universes per femtosecond, and they do this for 10 trillion years. And at the end, they have destroyed not point, and then add 10 trillion zeros, and then a 1, and that is how much of the percentage of 1% of all the eggs that they have destroyed in Egg Mother's sac. Now, Egg Mother is not this huge, gigantic being. It's basically a parasitic wasp, but is a 25-dimensional character with 4 time senses. Lives in that kind of overworld. So it's not that it's big, it's just it has dimensions and spaces that we can't even perceive. And our universe is one of the eggs in its egg sac. And we have that Faraday cage that protects us. But the idea for this one story is like just in the middle of nowhere, where there's not a lot of stuff, just a bunch of little tiny towns. It's like there's the functional equivalent of something from outside. A universal, extra universal thing got pissed off and went wham! Now, it might have felt just a, oh, ow, and then touched the edge of the Faraday cage again and gone, huh, I can't feel a thing. I wonder what that was. And then left after smacking it from being pissed. But what happened on the inside, on our side, is there's this, it burst through. It broke through the cage just a tiny bit. So on our side, there is a earthquake where there is damage done, but you could see like the ripple just passing through reality. And there's just a couple people in this one small town that everyone, just about everyone else is affected. They're not. And they can see just like 25 miles away, there's this weird little purple spot. So they head to that because it seems to be the center point of this thing, and they find like a gigantic purple crystalline, not moving, because it looks like a sculpture, but it's not, like a thing that looks like it was like a fist that punched through, and it's just out of the dirt, but it's not a fist. It's like a tentacle type thing, and it is the remnants of what came through. But everything in a concentric circle around that has just been blam. Kind of like the oh my god, I forgot the name of it, but like in 1908 when that whatever it was fell down in the Siberian forest and knocked all the trees down. Kind of like that, except it's an extra universal force, and so things have changed in the world. This may not have been the first time it happened to the universe. It's the first time it's happened on our planet. Now, there aren't an infinite number of eggs and universes, but there are that you can have enough of them. There are enough of them that you can have a literal infinite amount of universes like ours to tell stories in. So thumbs up for that. So that's the basic idea that I came up with as I was out walking. Now I've got to flesh it out and try to come up with that. I mean, I got so many weird things. I've actually got to have the energy to write them. I still like the one story idea. Oh, she's come down off of her. Oh, she's just putting a guideline. I just have all sorts of story ideas, but the spider that's normally in the orb that's up in the juncture between ceiling and stuff, she's down about 1.5 feet. Ah, she's climbing up another guideline. Okay. She's gotten bigger because she's gotten older, so she's increasing the size of her web through time. So now, with the guideline that she is taking, it's about this long from wall to ceiling over here. Now, as long as she stays up there, she's fine. I don't mind that. In fact, like I said before, I'm rather affectionate toward her, and I hope that she's got a good web and that she lasts. But she's also got to stay in that area, or I'm going to have to get my stick. I can't remember where my stick went. Oh, it's over there, where I can't reach it. And then tear her web apart and grab her, and then take the stick to the window and smack, and down and out she's gone. But until that time, as long as she stays up there, she's absolutely fine, and like I say, I feel actually affectionate toward her. Now, I've mentioned before that spiders are kind of clumsy, even though they've got these amazing things. She is still losing her grip and going woo up there. So somebody mentioned in comments, they said you can hear spiders when they fall. I've amazingly had good hearing and still have good hearing now. I can't really hear spiders if they fall in this room because I've got carpeting on the floor, and I can't really hear things falling on carpeting all that well, all that often. But I have worked and lived in areas, and I still remember this one time. I moved something, and just a spider, one of those tiny bodies, long legs, spider, fell about 6 or 7 inches and then scuttled away. And I was not close to it, like a good, 3 feet away. And I still heard that thing go thump and hit and then scuttle away. I can hear stuff like that. I should not have hearing anywhere near as good as I have. Even when the few final years when my wife was alive, I used to listen to music so loud in my van that, it's got a scale. You can turn the volume up. And at 31, which was what I used to listen to, it was so painfully loud. But I still did it. Now, I keep it at about at 23 or 24, which is not that loud, because my hearing is such that everything hurts when it gets loud. It's like my hearing's gotten better as I've gotten older. And it's not just me going, oh, I think it is. It's like, no, objectively, I hear stuff that others do not. I hear tiny sounds everywhere. My hearing is better than I have any right for it to be. It's insane, and thank goodness for that. The rest of my Bailey, The rest of my butt, I'm watching up there to make sure she doesn't come flying and falling down in the wrong spot here. I'd hate for her to lose her grip and then go whee and then spin out like this direction. So, hey. But I'm not, it's kind of like bragging, but not, because it's like, so I can hear, big deal. But it's just for me, for my age, it's kind of amazing that I can hear this well. So thumbs up for that. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments, my community tab. Gonna go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now, I'm just thanking people for having left me a comment. Good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment. The fact is, you took the time to leave a comment. Thank you so very much. I'm not reading the comments right now, just thanking you for having left the comment. I think I just repeated myself again. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that sort of thing. And even though I count an American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, with my depression, my fibro, and more, I'm amazed that I cannot. No, I'm amazed that I remember my name is not Reginald P. Farquhar. I'm getting it all backwards because of my brain. I've been up about an hour. Another late getting up time. Wilbur Cobb, thumbs up and thank you. Mulinaster, greatly appreciated. Acid Mr. Patchy, thumbs up and thank you. And Do30, like duo except with a 3. SM Crazy Videos, greatly appreciated. Shatty Shoes, how about that? Kathy Kiss Cat, greatly appreciated. And Danny Davis, greatly appreciated. I'm allergic to blueberries, thumbs up. More Ice, I hope I'm close. And ASAP Frostbite, thumbs up and thank you. Bullcrap TV, greatly appreciated. Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up and thank you. FNAF Farts Animations, heck of a name. Thank you very much. And Russian Timing, greatly appreciated. Blur's World, thumbs up and thank you. Anthony Smile, or Smith. I don't know where I got Smile in there. And Gorilla Green, I don't know that I agree. Hopefully I'll remember to put the comment up there. Adrian Bryan, thumbs up and thank you. Colin Risenhour, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I'm sorry. Esau Nagar, greatly appreciated. Bailey Snyder, greatly appreciated. And Potatotron, good to see you in the comments. Definitely a thumbs up. Quiettesh, thumbs up and thank you. Greatly appreciated. And just keep pushing. You can do it. Everybody can. And Zenetsvi, there is more ASMR coming up. No problems there, no fear. So thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, and dealing with real people. It is appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you all. Greatly appreciated. I'm big on repeating myself. My alarm went off at 7. I've been up at 7. I've been struggling desperately to get things together so I can record. So I'm trying. My sincere apologies for my brain not functioning correctly. If you could check out my various links like Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. Now, I do have a PayPal if you wanted to donate to that in some ways. It's all down in the show more below. And if you could possibly check out my Amazon wish list, that would be awesome. Greatly appreciated. I have cat food, hamster food, all sorts of silly and non-silly things. It would be cool if you could check it out. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled, but it would be cool. Now, if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, this time it really is going to be less than 20 minutes instead of my saying it's going to be less than 20 minutes and then it's over 20 minutes. I can't think of anything to say right now. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. I've got videos to make and I've got things to do, and I've got to pay my rent. I got to buy some food and all sorts of fun stuff. So my day is busy. Take care. And I will see you on the flip side, my friend.